This month on Mustang Magazine, we catch up with Flemmer's friends, we meet the new girls hoops coach, students are building bridges in engineering class, and the class of 2020 is in the house. These stories and more on this February's edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hey Mustangs, welcome to the February edition of Mustang Magazine. My name is Mike Dooley.
And I'm Megan Jambanko. Mustang Magazine is produced by broadcast journalism students from Nord High School.
Our goal is to tell the stories around the community that matters the most to students.
Teenagers are usually always on the phone, but with this next story, they communicate with some special friends the old-fashioned way. Megan Quinn, Rachel McCracken, and Alyssa Nauman report.
Look what came.
Sophomores in Miss Farmer's English classes are writing to pen pals in Israel.
Yeah, I think it's fun to write to people from a different country because I think it's exposure to see what's going on in the world in different places and what they do in their culture.
The students were each assigned a personal pen pal and write to them regularly.
I tell them about my personal life and school, like what we do in English class, what books we read, and basically my hobbies.
The school environment in Israel differs from that of Norwood High.
And I know they write and they learn. They have their native language, which often is Russian, and then they have learned Hebrew, and they learn to read and write it. And now they're learning English and well, because when we get their letters, they have learned English very recently. And if you think of our students learning Spanish or French and how long it takes them to be fairly fluent, they're writing to us and communicating, I think, quite well in English. And it's their third language and it's their third alphabet.
We learned that they go to a boarding school and they're from all over the country, in different countries around.
They don't go home and see their parents or guardians every day, and I bet they have a lot of different homework because I know that they speak different languages than us.
Even though they come from different countries, young people tend to be similar.
Well, I think they see that there's probably more about the teenagers that are the same than there are differences between them.
Though the project ends at the end of the year, the students plan to continue their new friendships for years to come. In reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Megan Quinn.
Wow, what an experience.
There's so many cool things going on at our school. Next, we catch up with Thomas Guerreri and Declan Tolman singing in the cafeteria with some friends.
The Friendship Club was looking to end off the year on a high note with a holiday karaoke party.
We had a good time singing holiday karaoke, and it's such a fun part of Friendship Club. It's just like the best part of Friendship Club all year.
It wasn't just a sing-along, there was more activities to keep the party going.
We got like a little s'more thing going, we got some darts. That way a lot of students can be involved at the same time.
We ate some snacks, we danced, we had some marshmallows, and very good sausages. They're so good.
But some got into the music more than others.
We do all different types of activities and group coordination type of things. So I think that that's important for the school, that you always find this place where you belong.
Friendship Club meets every other Thursday, and there's always something different planned, so come out and have fun. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Thomas Guerreri.
That is so much fun.
I wish I could sing like them, but these young kids sure can. Michelle Brinklow, Jesse Kroll, and Carly Foy report.
During the holiday season, something special was planned for the Willett School.
The kids love it, we love it. It's a great way to really unite the town, all the schools in Norwood, and it's just great. It's just the Christmas spirit.
The Norwood High School Madrigals traveled to the elementary schools to sing Christmas carols.
I like the sound because people were gathering around and it was Christmas time.
The kids are not just there to see the performance, they also sing along. These carols may seem easy to learn, but the Madrigals put a lot of time into their performance.
Been preparing these carols since the end of October. We've been working non-stop, memorizing about 20 songs. It's been hard work.
This is not their last performance of the year. Come check them out on January 28th at the Choral Collage at Norwood High School. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Carly Foy.
Encore, encore. To think we were that age just a while ago.
I know. Time flies, Mike.
It seems like just yesterday we came for our first orientation. In this next story, we welcome the class of 2020 to our school. Mary Erickson reports.
So tonight there's an open house at the high school for 8th graders to come and see what the high school has to offer for clubs, sports, and activities.
By having this night, 8th graders will be less nervous when they start at Norwood High School in the fall.
I want to learn just like the basic studies of these clubs and activities.
It's not only kids that want to learn more about the high school.
Why am I here? To find information for my son, so I can see what what options he has and make sure he takes the right path for himself.
Information is being provided by Norwood High School students.
Tonight I'm here to promote and try and recruit future freshmen to join the debate club and the classic film club. In the debate club they would be allowed to argue about points and debate like topics. And in film club they would be allowed to pick a movie of their choosing to watch as a club.
I'm trying to recruit some freshmen for Norwood Girls Soccer, and a lot have signed up so far, so I hope we get some good numbers.
There's something here for everyone.
I like meeting all the new freshmen and like seeing what kinds of people are coming in and like what clubs they're interested in. It kind of interests me to see like everyone and like what they like.
My favorite part is learning about the engineering and robotics programs.
Like I knew most of the stuff about the school just from like people I've known that have gone here, so it's really it was interesting to learn more about what everybody else said and stuff like that.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Mary Erickson.
That is so exciting.
I can't wait to see these kids in the halls next year. They're crossing a big bridge.
They aren't the only ones. We catch up with Mia Finizzi and Sam Doucette with a class that makes bridges of their own.
This year in Dr. Crowley's engineering classes, they are building wooden bridges.
That's the application of the study of forces, and they have to design the strongest bridge possible.
In the process of building the bridges, the students have to use different truss designs.
So they can take a canned existing truss design, but I encourage them to come up with their own hybrid truss design, which is a piece of someone else's design with a piece of their own.
The design of the bridges is a big part of getting their bridges to withstand the weight.
So it's really all about design. They have to think about how the forces act on a structure, and then they have to design it so that their structure will resist or accommodate those forces.
Using a weight and scale, the students will see how much weight their bridges can hold before it cracks or breaks. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Mia Finizzi.
Wow, the kids in our school can do some really great things.
We even have a special team of kids right in our own classroom. Kiki Thaxter and Gina Palazzolo bring us the story.
Doing some basketball, volleyball, We do all the sports.
A group of NHS-TV students focus their storytelling on live sports.
We set up all 4 different cameras in the gym at all different angles, 2 on the floor and 2 on the track, so that we could get all different angles of the game.
Each member of the group has a specific job during the production.
My role to the sports live stream is I do the audio, so I make sure all the sound in the cameras is working so people can hear when they watch on their TV. Pat O'Donnell, Sean Briggs, and Max Cropper are all on camera, and they film from the gym. We were lucky enough to have a special guest tonight, Usman Tor, who did all the announcing for us.
Commentating this beautiful basketball game. You know, we got Brookline playing against our boys in Norwich, Mays, Chris Bell doing some crazy stuff out there. You know, a little bit of mistakes, Cormier screaming, but other than that, it's a beautiful game from what I'm seeing.
Not only do they film the game for live TV, but they also broadcast it live on the internet.
We do the live stream so that the people who live in Norwood or even any other town, if they wanted to watch the game, they can just watch it right from their homes.
But the job isn't as easy as it looks.
Some challenges to the live stream is making sure everybody can communicate, because some of the headsets didn't work and it was kind of hard to tell people what to do when they couldn't hear you. Sometimes it's hard to follow the action of the games because they move pretty fast and you kind of have to just be paying attention a lot, and sometimes we aren't and miss some shots.
So if you can't make it out to the game, be sure to put on the Norwood Public Access cable channel so you won't miss any of the action.
2, 1.
That is very impressive.
Next, we change things up with a story from the local hockey pond. Mike Levesque and Joe Liano show us the challenges of freezing froggies.
Skating on Froggies has been a tradition in Norwood for well over 30 years, but this year it's on thin ice.
The ice is pretty good today, except for down here, it's starting to crack.
I think some good things about it are it's a big area, it's just fun, good place to come with your friends in the community. It's a bad thing because it takes a while to freeze because it's so big.
The director of the Norwood DPW, Mark Ryan, explains.
We need cold weather, and if cold weather doesn't come, then the ice doesn't get thick enough to support skating. If it gets too warm out, it gets very slushy, and the skating on it gets a little rough. And if we don't get in there and sweep it up, that rough slush will eventually harden and ruin the skate for the people the next day. So the weather does play a factor in it.
The past years have been rough for the DPW, who worked so hard to fill Froggies every year.
You got a drain manhole, it has to get blocked up, so when we pour water into it, the water stays there. So the first thing you have to do is go into a manhole in East Cross Street, put in some boards that keeps the water from flowing out of Froggies, and then the water department opens up a hydrant, nearby hydrant, and fills it up. We spend a lot of time trying to clear off the snow if it snows. We send out a team with snow blowers and large contractor brooms. Last year we had a great year. January started off great. Yeah. And then the heavy snows came, and then you couldn't skate on it because it's just too much snow, and the snow actually insulates the ice, and the ice will, when you dig down, the ice will start to be melting, so you really can't snow blower it off because it's actually wet. Hopefully by the time February vacation comes, it'll be cold enough for the kids to skate again.
I mean, this is my first time here this year. Last year it was pretty good. Usually you can skate down there, and there's usually a lot more people.
But sadly, Froggies did not freeze over break, and on February 20th, the weather reached up to 61 degrees. For Mustang Magazine, I'm Mike Levesque.
Yeah, duh! Thanks, guys. Hockey is a very important sport in the town of Norwood.
Yes, but so is basketball. Recently we caught up with the new girls hoops coach. Here's the story from the gym.
Norwood girls basketball has a new head coach, Amy Lepley. and her biggest strength is being a player herself.
It allows me to stay involved in the sport, a sport that I love after playing college basketball. I think that I've played in so many games that I've been in so many situations where I've been up a lot or down a lot or in really close games, so I know kind of what to do in certain situations.
She hopes to help the players with more than just basketball.
I think sports provide a way to learn so many life lessons. Sports, unfortunately for all of us, end, but if they can take some of the life lessons that we learn day in and day out in practice and in games, I feel like I've been a success as a coach.
And she has high expectations for her team.
Every game we give them team goals that they have to achieve, and they work together as a team to get those goals.
As a teacher in the school, she has a unique relationship with the kids.
Whether it be academics or just seeing them in the hallway or having them see me in a different light, it really builds that trust and kind of community that we are trying to build as a program here. So I think it's a huge, huge advantage that I am in the building every day.
This coach enjoys spending time with her players.
They're just such fun people to be around. They make me laugh every single day. And they're some of the hardest workers I have ever met in my entire life. They literally will run through a wall if you ask them to, and not every coach can say that. So I knew stepping into this job that I was going to get a group of girls like that, so it was really exciting for me.
The team hopes to succeed with a positive environment on and off the court.
And just creating that overall atmosphere that they love to come to practice every day, they love to compete, and they just love to be a part of the team.
For Mustang Magazine, I'm Megan Jambanko.
We have some really great athletes in Norwood, but not all of them are human.
Last month, we caught up with some special canines wearing special protective gear. Here's a story from Grace Gillis and Emily and Amanda Rooney.
I love you. She's such a good girl. Okay. Massachusetts Vesta Dog got started when my daughter, who was 11 at the time, brought me her American Girl magazine. And it featured a girl out in San Diego that had started the National Vesta Dog program. And my daughter said, I want a Vesta dog. And truly the goal was to vest a single dog. And so that's literally the launch of Mass Vesta Dog. Police dogs don't normally receive bulletproof vests because the canine budgets are so fragile. Initially, the expense to start up a canine is about $20,000.
Mass Vesta Dog isn't just about putting bulletproof vests on dogs.
We have provided over 420 basic vests and over 50 SWAT vests. And in addition to the vests, we also provide grants for essential equipment training in dogs. Through all of these methods of support, we've provided almost $700,000 in support to Massachusetts police canine programs.
The police officers not only have to ensure their safety, but the safety of the dogs. They have to go through an elite program to make sure they are fully capable of handling their dogs.
Dogs that are in the most line of danger are what we call patrol duty or utility dogs. First and foremost, they keep their handler safe. So if the handler gets out of the patrol cruiser and they are doing a traffic stop, for example, or they go into a house to respond to a situation, if somebody starts to fight back or hit their handler, the dog will self-deploy and will come to the handler's aid with a bite if needed. They will have a canine there because the canine will be able to deter the bad guy from doing anything untoward. Put it this way, a lot of times the bad guys are seeing the long guns and the officers all suited up, and they're like, oh yeah, bring it on. Bring a dog into the picture, don't let the dog bite me!
Well, it's the dog's job to protect us. It's Kathy's job to protect the dogs.
We not only have a good cause, but we also make it fun and interesting, and it just feels really nice to make a difference in the lives of these great four-legged warriors.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Grace Gillis.
Well, that's all we have for this edition of Mustang Magazine. We hope you enjoyed the program.
Be sure to catch us online at mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.